Hello again, I am Blunty, and a couple of weeks ago Corsair announced their new Vengeance DDR4 RAM with LED lighting. And as the regulars around here will already be familiar with, my latest PC build, which was designed specifically to be a little bit flashy for the sake of looking nice behind me when I'm on camera and such, well, as you can see, there's a few areas that still look a bit dark. Voids in the light show that I'd like to fill. One is the PSU down there, which there is a product coming soon I want to look at putting there. One of the other ones, of course, is the dark void where the RAM is. In there right now is the fantastic Predator RAM, which I like very much, and it has been performing flawlessly for me, but it is a very stealth black. So when Corsair announced their new Vengeance RAM, my very first thought was it'd be perfect to slam right in there. And guess what? The Corsair peeps agreed with me on that and very kindly supplied me a set to check out. So what I've got here is a quad channel 4x8GB, 32GB kit, 3000 MHz DDR4 RAM with the white lighting and CAS latency at 15, 17, 17. There are several other dual and quad channel kits available from 16GB all the way up to 64GB and speeds from 2666 all the way up to 34,066 MHz. And they come in either red or white LEDs. And hopefully they expand that color selection out a bit down the road as it feels a bit, well, limited by today's RGB standards. I mean, naturally for me, if they had a green version, I think it'd be a better fit for my rig's default color scheme, but at least white doesn't clash, so that's fine by me. Also worth noting, unlike some other LED RAM of the past, this is entirely self-contained. There is no need for a separate power hookup for the lights. You just plug them in like any other RAM and they work. The RAM is designed around a custom PCB, and Corsair say the chips they use in there are screened to make sure that only the very best performing chips and the happiest overclockers go into these. The package of the heat spreader and LED element is nice and tidy and not too overstated, with simple angular fin gaps for the light to shine through, so it should look at home in pretty much any rig out there, no matter how fancy your modding gets. I'd suggest the red ones would look particularly at home beside MSI's red dragon claw motif motherboards. It seems like a perfect fit, really, doesn't it? Now, my only real concern is in that Corsair's own promotional video shows the white LEDs have a distinctly blue hue. That could be a trick of the camera, though, as it isn't uncommon for what to our eyes seems like a clean white LED light to look very cool, or even blue, on camera. That's why LED lights made specifically for video and studio use need to be properly color calibrated, and why video lights cost more than like camping lights or something. But anyway, so let's just go ahead and slam these things into R2C3 back there and find out exactly what they look like in there. Okay, so three things. Firstly, they look awesome, gently throbbing away inside my rig. Secondly, yes, it was just the way Corsair was shooting their video, making them look blue tinged. To the eye, they're a nice clean white. Yes, it's a cool white, and there's a slight blue tinge when they're not at full brightness, but it's much less severe than I'd anticipated, so hooray for that. And thirdly, if you're wondering why only 2 of the 4 sticks I was sent are installed, it's because my hardline water tubing is just a few millimeters too close to the secondary RAM slots and they don't fit. But come on, give me a break. It was my first time doing hardline tube bending. And it wasn't an issue when I built the rig, as I was using a dual channel kit, but as it turns out, I completely doinked myself for installing a quad channel kit. Sucks to be me. So I may have to replace that section of tubing with a fresh bent tube next time I drain the loop for maintenance or something, but for now at least you can get a good idea about how these things look in action. I also noticed that the cap over the light spreader bar can come off, which leads to a couple of interesting options. 1, you could easily paint it to match a special color scheme in your rig. 2, you could just leave it off for an even cleaner look to the light bar. Or 3, it looks like you may just be able to actually dismantle the stick enough to get at and maybe dye the light spreader bar a custom color altogether. Green, for instance. In all other ways, it performs just like you'd expect higher-end Enthusiast level RAM to perform. Of course it does. It's top-end Enthusiast RAM from a top-end Enthusiast brand with a long history of solid products, so there's not much of a story to tell there. What did you expect? Of course it's good RAM. I am bummed out that I can't get the full quad channel kit in there, but I'm jazzed about how good even just 2 of them look in there. It's precisely what that dark void area of my build needs. I do wish you could make the lights static, or synchronize them, or do some other custom pattern stuff to the light show, but the slow pulsing throb is at least very pleasant. So there you have it, Corsair's new Vengeance DDR4 LED RAM. If you are like me and have a blinking light strewn rig that needs some jazz in its dark memory hole, what an odd sentence that is. Some jazz in its dark memory hole. Well, they're well worth looking into, aren't they? Thanks for watching, I am Blunty, and I will catch you next time.